Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, April 5th. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, topping our news tonight, Governor Larry Hogan signed several bills into law this morning. This was the scene in the governor's reception room. One bill will include Maryland on the list of states that belong to the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. Now, Hogan also signed the budget for fiscal year 2019 into law. Another measure he signed is aimed at stabilizing health care rates in Maryland.
Unfortunately, the Trump administration and Congress are doing all they can to undermine the Affordable Care Act. We're taking a big step today in Maryland to protect our state from Trump. And what it will do is make sure premiums don't go up very high for people on the individual market, the Affordable Care Act. That is very important. We commend the governor and the General Assembly for doing this.
With the bills that we're signing today, we are sending a clear message that unlike Washington, where nobody works together and nothing ever gets done, here in Annapolis, we are working together in a common sense, bipartisan way to change Maryland for the better.
The 2018 legislative session wraps up on April 9th.
More political news, the Maryland Senate gives final approval to a bill that will ban bump stocks in the state. The gun accessory turns a semi-automatic weapon into a fully automatic machine gun. You may recall it was the same device that was used by the Las Vegas shooter last year. Victor Ramirez, who introduced the bill, received a lot of backlash on social media over this issue.
So it would ban devices such as the bump stock here in Maryland starting October 1st, 2018. Possession, transporting, or selling bump stocks or similar devices will be banned starting October 1st, 2018.
The measure now goes to Governor Larry Hogan, who has said he will sign it. The 2020 census is drawing the ire of more and more states. Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh has announced he's joining 19 other states in filing a lawsuit to block a citizenship question on the census. The Trump administration says it will add it. Frosh made the announcement along with Maryland's Legislative Latino Caucus.
We want to make sure that everyone gets counted. So there are estimates that the last census that we had, about 20% of individuals, Latino individuals, were not counted in this state. And actually, I think it's 20% overall of state population wasn't counted. And so what that does is that has a huge impact on federal funds that we receive for all sorts of programs, as well as representation in the House of Representatives. So it's supremely important that we count every single person in the state to make sure that Maryland is getting its due respect at the federal level.
Last week, the NAACP and Prince George's County announced a similar lawsuit.
Governor Hogan urges the Environmental Protection Agency to drop its plan to weaken vehicle air pollution emissions and leave current greenhouse gas emission standards in place. He also wants Maryland to continue its current system, which is far more protective than federal standards. Hogan says the state has made significant progress in improving air quality and fighting the effects of climate change and does not want to have that jeopardized by weaker emission standards.